Hi everybody, it's me Maria with Nail Nation on Facebook and Nail Nation 3000 here on YouTube. I had a request to do this design here. Originally it was done in pink and without the matte color on this side. That's the picture that you saw in the beginning intro of this video. And also the questions were about the process of overlapping stamps, so I'm going to focus on that as well for you today. And you can, I did go the easy route with the stickers here. You can stamp bows, you can polish bows, or you can use decals like this. So there's no rule about what you use for this little accent piece here. So whatever you have available to you or whatever you like the look of the best, you can always substitute that there. So first, we're going to use our base color, which this is Sweet Melody by Fresh Cover. And the only place I've really seen this is at Harmon's, and it is a beauty-oriented store. They are open to the public. For those of you who have them near you, another little tip is they accept Bed Bath & Beyond coupons because they're owned by the same company. So there's a great way to get some discounts on your polish and stuff. So you're going to apply 2 coats. You're going to let it dry completely. Then you're going to add your top coat. So you want to do this probably to all 10 nails. Go ahead and get your base color on. Then go ahead and top coat them. That way you're not having to wait per nail. And then I used, for my matte top coat, you do not have to do the matte step if you don't like the look or if you don't happen to have a matte top coat available at the time to do the design. What I am using is Chanel. This is their Velvet Matte Top Coat. It's ridiculously good. It's really worth the investment. It's a little expensive. I was fortunate enough for my husband to bring it back for me from a work trip. You can order it online in the US. It's really pricey, but you really don't have to use a lot, and it works perfect every time. So, you know, if you can get it, get it. If not, the cheaper matte top coats are great too. There is Matte About You by Essie, and that's one of the cheaper, easier to use ones that has the best effect. You're going to need a little bit of regular office Scotch tape, the clear kind like this. And after your nails are completely dry, you're going to take your Scotch tape and you're going to apply it over towards the right sidewall here. So you're going to put it down like you're going down the center of your nail. Make sure it's straight because remember your nails have a curve. And you want to press in right here around your cuticle area and off the tip. The sides don't matter. And just remember, this is why you want it to be completely dry. And you don't have to use the tape for this step if you're really good at polishing the line without crossing over into your gloss area. I kind of do it both ways. Just depends on the mood I'm in. It's all about what you're comfortable with. But I wanted to show this step because it's a really great way to save time too, because you don't have to think so much. You just pull it right off. You're going to do this one nail at a time. Apply a nice liberal coat of your matte top coat and make sure you focus on this line here where your tape is. And once you get it on like that, give it just a few seconds. Don't leave it on too long. Just go ahead and peel it back like this and remove that tape from the area. And as you can see here, it's beginning to set. Okay, ladies, now that our matte top coat has dried, and for those of you who did not do the matte top coat, you're going to come back in and join us again now. So what you're going to do is take another small piece of Scotch tape, and the reason we use a longer piece than our finger, much longer like that, makes it easier for you to grab, but it's also good so that you can tilt if you accidentally apply too much polish in any situation, and it can flow over and off that end and you can kind of catch it and get it and throw it away. So you're going to reapply it right around that same line. Try not to go on top of your matte top coat if you have it. It can be just a small line next to it. And you can press it on. It doesn't have to be pressed on quite as tight as it did for the top coat layer because this is your stamping process. So what we're going to use here is I'm using Rose in Your Nose, which is my hot pink striper. I'm using Bad Chick, which is my white. And I'm using What a Drag by Color Club, which is a really pretty chromal silver. And I'm going to start with my silver, and you're going to stamp normally here. Now I'm going to show you how to overlap. You want to scrape that off. Roll your stamp over like you normally would. And if you're doing this and you find that you're picking up a lot of color over to the side there, all you got to do really is just wipe it with a Q-tip and some remover. And you're going to take your first one. You want to kind of angle it. Be upward, it can be down. And it's okay if it doesn't pick up everywhere, because when you're overlapping it kind of won't show. But just make sure that your top stamps are really, really crisp. But you're going to have other stamps kind of going over these, so it's okay. And I'm going to apply another silver Hello Kitty towards the top. And the key is to not try to get the whole stamp on the whole nail every time. So I'm just taking it here. I just kind of want her face and the bow. So I'm just overlapping it like that. And you see how it's going on this? See, this isn't getting on my polish. So I have the freedom there to just kind of stamp and not worry so much about where it's going. So now you want to pick your next color, and I'm going to go with the white because I want the pink to be a little bit more dominant here. And sometimes when you're using striper polish, you might want to use a little bit extra because sometimes they're a little thin. So I'm going to pick her up again, just like this. And now I'm going to angle her straight forward, and I'm going to run her across the silver one. The reason I'm doing that is because the silver is sort of an accent. I kind of want them to just be sneaking out back there, and just kind of to cover up if it's not the whole face again. So now we're going to pick up one more white Hello Kitty. And normally I wouldn't do another one, but I wanted to show you this step again. Now I want to take this part of her a little bit over towards here. So I'm going to take it and run it all the way over at an angle. It doesn't need to be straight. And just run it all the way across the tape. So I'm only going to pick up a little bit of her image there. And now we're going to go with the pink. And the nice part about this is that also if you mess up and you decide you need to take it off, keep this on and use a Q-tip with remover and remove it. That way you're not messing up the other side of your nail. Kind of gives you the opportunity to make corrections a little bit. So I'm going to take the pink Hello Kitty, and I want her to be very prominent. So I'm going to angle her kind of this way from the corner of my nail, and I'm going to roll her over across the white ones. So she's going to look like this. And now I just want to pop one more small part of her image in pink, which we're going to use the side here with the bow. So I'm going to pick up her entire image, and then we're only going to put part of the image right here in this corner. Now for this step, you are going to get some of the stamp on your skin, and that's okay. We use our little eraser here with the Q-tip with the remover. So I'm going to roll it across her there. I'm going to pick her up clean. And then I'm just going to take the part of her that I want on there, and I'm going to apply the rest of it towards my skin. So you want to press much more firmly there because your cuticle area is going to resist that a little bit. So see, now we just have a little bit of her bow. And you just clean that up. Now all you have to do now is this. So now you really have all your little overlapping Hello Kitties, and you can put more, you can put less, you can put different colors. If you have multiple Hello Kitty stamps that are different sizes and things like that, you can always alternate with those. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 3 stripes, and we're going to go from the inside out. So it's going to be Sour Grapes Purple, Rose in Your Nose Pink, and then white for me, because that's the colors I'm using. And I'm going to show you another little trick. For those of you who have a difficult time getting really straight, crisp lines, do your tape again, but do it just a little past where your stamps are, because you're going to, you know, go over in that area just a little bit. And also the nice part about it is if you mess up on this side, you can cover it with the colors going towards the right. So this will help you as well. And you can do the tape, pull it off and move it and put another piece of tape if you really want crisp lines and you just can't, you know, control the brush as well. So we're going to go over our design just a little bit and make a really clean straight line. And you usually are going to need to do 2 coats of these, because these colors for the stripers, you know, you want them to show. So then we're going to go purple, white, pink. So I'm going to come here and line it up with my purple. And see, for me, I've used this white line over the tape area, and that's simply just to show me where I want it to stop so that I can apply my pink. But you can use the tape and move it over as you go with a fresh piece each time, if that helps you get a crisper line. And now we're going to do the pink. And just be careful if you're not using the tape, just so that you don't go too far into your nail where you don't have a design, because that's our framing piece. And so now we have our stripes. We have our little racing stripes there. And really the only thing you now have to do is apply your regular top coat to this side of your nail, then apply your decal or polish on your bow, or stamp your bow. If you're going to stamp, make sure this is dried completely, and go ahead and put a top coat layer just here before you do any other work, because you want to kind of seal that off, and also because you are not applying top coat to the other side because that side is matte. So remember to do not apply tape to this side. It will take your image clean off of your nail. So we're just going to let this top coat dry for a minute, and then we're going to apply our decal, because that's what I used in this. So now that our top coat's completely dry on this section, I'm going to go about 1/4 of the way down the nail, and I'm going to angle the bow, and I'm just going to sit it down like this and press it down. And then I'm just going to apply one more coat of top coat only on the side of my nail where my gloss color is. And for those of you who are only doing the gloss color, it would be the whole nail. And you can also put a small drop of top coat behind your bow to seal it on the side that's not under top coat if you're using a decal. Okay, so now that our top coat's completely dry on this section, I'm going to go about 1/4 of the way down the nail, and I'm going to angle the bow, and I'm just going to sit it down like this and press it down. And then I'm just going to apply one more coat of top coat only on the side of my nail where my gloss color is. And for those of you who are only doing the gloss color, it would be the whole nail. And you can also put a small drop of top coat behind your bow to seal it on the side that's not under top coat if you're using a decal.